very good evening, everyone. My name is Karanveer Singh. I'm the country head for Langara College. So before moving up to the Q&A session, that'll be at the end. I just have a very brief presentation of around 10 minutes where we will be looking at what specifically Langara is, what are the admission requirements that we have, what are all the programs that we offer to applicants, the services on campus, and very briefly on how to apply to Langara. Then we will be moving on to the Q&A session. So this presentation briefly tells you about what we are. So specifically speaking about Langara, so we were established in the year 1970. On April 1st, 1994, Langara opened its own first West 49th Avenue. So we are situated right now in Vancouver downtown. So we have two campuses. One is on the 49th Avenue in the Vancouver downtown, and one campus that is a collaboration with the Center of Entertainment Arts. That is also in Vancouver, but that is into the new downtown area. So we are very proud to say that we offer the largest university transfer program in Canada. So that means that 80% of our applicants who enroll themselves to an associate degree at Langara, they successfully complete their bachelor's degree from the renowned public universities that we have all over Canada. So we have around 25,000 full-time and part-time academic students. That is the strength for the last year that we had. And out of these 25,000 applicants, 7,000 international students were catered by Langara, out of which 4,000 plus applicants were from India itself. So if I give you a brief description on how these 25,000 applicants have been segregated, so around 5,500 applicants were in degree studies, university transfer programs, and the post-degree diploma programs, and we had around 700 applicants in the LEAP ESL program, that is the Learn English program that we have. So I'm very proud to say that we are represented by more than 80 countries. So last year, the enrollment was from 95 international countries. So we are very proud to specify this thing. So the academic year 2018-19, as I specified, that 93 countries represented by Langara international students, out of which the annual enrollment was at around 23,000. And around 2,800 credentials were awarded for the last year. We will quickly move on to the programs that we offer at Langara College. So these are some of the degree programs that we offer. We offer Bachelor's of Business Administration, that is for all the commerce applicants, and Bachelor's of Bioinformatics. So Bioinformatics is a very new field. If an applicant wants to study about the human body based on computer applications, so it is a very upcoming field that in which the Canadian government is investing a huge sum of money. So Bachelor's of Business Administration, that is a 4 years program that we are offering. We are also offering 2-year Associates of Science degree programs. These are transferable to all the renowned public universities in Canada. So these Associate of Science degree programs are there in Bioinformatics, Biology, Chemistry, Computer Sciences, Environmental Studies, Food and Nutrition, Health Sciences, and many more. Same ways we have Associate of Arts degrees as well. So some of them I have specified in this particular slide related to business, commerce, geography, history, political science, psychology, social science, philosophy, and creative writing. We also have a number of diploma programs. In total, we have 30 plus diploma options for all the applicants who have just completed their grade 12. So, very specifically speaking, that we have diploma options in 2D animation, diploma option in 3D, game, film, and visual effects. We have diploma options under the business category in business management, bioinformatics, applied science for engineering, computer studies, kinesiology, health sciences, into criminal justice as well, and journalism, and many more as it has been specified in this particular slide. So we will quickly move on to the admission requirements that we have for all these undergraduate programs. So we require an applicant to score minimum 50% in all the subjects in grade 12. So 50% will be looked upon in all the core, optional, and additional subjects as well. And an IELTS score of minimum 6.5 bands overall, with no bands less than 6 in each module. We understand that in some parts of the country at this point as well, the pen and paper IELTS testing is not going on. So we are accepting Duolingo as well, with a minimum score of 110. Moving on to the post-degree diploma programs we have post-degree diploma programs in nursing practices in Canada. So if there is any applicant who have completed their BSc Nursing or GNM in India, and they are a registered nurse in India, so they can specifically apply for this program. With this particular program will help them to become a registered nurse in Canada. We have post-degree diploma in business administration, This is ideally for all the applicants, whether they are from commerce background or IT background or medical background as well. So these applicants can apply to business administration and marketing management. So all these programs that are mentioned on our website, they have co-op options. So that means the last 4 months will be an internship for you guys. We have post-degree diploma accounting. So post-degree diploma accounting is specifically for those applicants who are looking to complete their chartered professional accountancy or are looking to make a career into the auditing jobs. So they can always look up to post-degree diploma accounting here. We have very popular program under post-degree diploma data analytics. So as completely known as data analysis or big data analysis and all. So we have post-degree diploma data analytics as well. A post-degree diploma into healthcare department, that is health safety and environmental compliance. Post-degree diploma into supply chain and logistics, applied planning, and web and mobile applications. So all of these programs are 2 years program. And Langara being a public institute, you will be eligible for a 3 years post-graduation work permit into this category as well. So these are some of the general requirements that we have for these programs. However, there might be additional requirements based on specific programs. So if I talk about the admission requirements for post-degree diploma programs, so it should be aggregate 50% in bachelor's degree from a recognized university, and we accept a maximum of 10 backlogs for all of these programs. And the IELTS requirement is same, that is minimum 6.5 bands overall with no bands less than 6 in each module. Also, there are some additional requirements for some of these programs, so you can always get in touch with the Pyramid team. So they have all the information regarding all the admission requirements that we have. Next are the services on campus. So Langara has a very huge campus right in the heart of the Vancouver downtown. So we have Langara Plus program, which will not only make yourself compete over the GPA in order for you to attain a good job. It completely focuses on the complete enrichment of yourselves. So whether that can be your analytical skills, studying your resume and letting you know which all certificates needs to be completed. So this will help you in order to increase your job prospects. We have counseling on campus. We have personal counseling and career-based counseling as well on campus. These all services are available free of cost. We have a very huge library with around more than 10,000 books, and you can always take advantage of those books which are there. We have a co-op and career development center. So the Co-op and Career Development Center will be specifically looking up to make yourself, very competent into the job sector. We have our own job search engine where we have registration from thousands of companies, and they put up their jobs, and you can find all those jobs under the Co-op and Career Development Center that we have. UPass PC is specifically for your traveling part in all around British Columbia, so you will be eligible for a UPass BC as well. We have a number of student clubs as well, either it is into music, it is into dance or sports, so everything will be available there. We have the athletics and intramurals as well. Health services are there on campus as well, and also these are completely free of cost. So why specifically Langara, right? So we offer the seamless transition to public universities to complete a bachelor's degree. We have lower tuition fees compared to other British Columbia colleges. We have 3 semesters a year. Our first semester starts from January, then it goes on to April, then September. We are a public institute being running since 1970s and with a very good reputation in the market. We have award-winning instructors, and I also want to let you know that our instructors, they themselves have an industrial experience of around 5 to 7 years. So the curriculum is specifically based on you specifically receiving a job after completing a program at Langara. So we have small classes. The classes will be only for 30 applicants, so that there can be personal interaction with all those applicants. And the main feature that we are located in right in the city of Vancouver. So what is our process? So this presentation will let you know about the process that we have on how to apply. So first of all, you put up an application online through Education Planner PC. Then there is the documentation submission stage where we require the scanned copies of original documents. Then we assess those documents and we issue the offer of admission to an applicant. And there is one particular feature that we have. that we offer pre-departure orientation to applicants. So because we understand that there is a huge amount of difference between the Indian education system and the Canadian education system, and to let every applicant know about the difference, and to just let them know that they should be comfortable in studying at Langara, because this particular thing is going to make an applicant's life. So we offer pre-departure orientation as well. But none of the applicant needs to worry about this particular process, because the Pyramid e-Services team will be taking care right from the application start date till the pre-departure orientation as well. So this was all about Langara, which I wanted to discuss. It was a very small presentation because I wanted to spend more time on the Q&A session. So thank you so much for listening to this. And now we will move on to the Q&A session that we have. So all of you can specify your doubts in the chat section that we have, or if anybody of you want to directly discuss their own particular case with me, so either you can raise your hand and we will be coming to you one by one, or you can put up your doubts in the chat session as well.
Thank you so much, Karanji. Pretty insightful information about the college as always, and it's always good to hear a brief but pretty relevant information which you have shared with us. So I'm just looking at the participants that are there in the session. Amardeep Kaur is asking, "Hello sir, when will international students of September intake be allowed to travel to Canada?"
This answer is with the Canadian High Commission. So nobody knows about this. It is ideally that there have been some of the relaxations which have been offered by Canadian High Commission. So specifically, most of the applicants who are listening to this presentation, they might have received their visas before 18th of March itself. So they are ideally waiting for the colleges to issue support letter to them. But the colleges also have some restrictions on issuing those support letters, right? So if I specifically talk about Langara, so most of our courses are completely dealt online. So if the courses are completely dealt online, so in a place, Langara wouldn't be able to issue official letters to those particular applicants. But we have a number of applicants who have approached us to, for on-campus labs as well. So we are continuously issuing those letters to applicants. But when specifically the Canadian High Commission is going to lift this particular ban, so for that we need to check with the Canadian High Commission. So nobody has an answer to this, right?
Right, absolutely right. That it's completely on the Canadian High Commission and coronavirus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Hamdi, for your question. I hope you got an idea. So besides, it's not very clear, but it all depends upon the embassy. And whenever we get the information, we'll give you an update, instantly through our different media platforms and through such sessions that we conduct regularly. So currently I have a second question. This question is from another student who wants to be anonymous. The name is not there.
Okay.
So is Mara College accepting conditional applications? And if yes, is it without IELTS or how is it based on academics? So this is a question from the student.
See, at this point, what we have understand that the CBSE and Punjab School Education Boards have issued their results for grade 12, but the official mark sheet from their side is still pending. So what relaxations we have offered to the applicant, that they can take a printout of those grade 12 mark sheets, the web-based mark sheets, and they can get it attested from the school principal, and we will be accepting that. We wouldn't be let the applicant waiting till the official mark sheet has arrived. So that relaxation is particularly there. We are still discussing for the conditional offer of admission for bachelor's applicants, and ideally the decision will be out by next week. But for applicants who are looking for an undergraduate program, their results have already been out, and if they are not able to appear for IELTS, they always have an option to appear for Duolingo at this time. So there wouldn't be any conditional offer of admission for undergrad programs, but we are still considering an option for our post-degree diploma programs.
Currently, I have a next question from a student whose question is for his cousin. So the student is, my cousin has done BSc Nursing in 2015 with 75%. Is it possible for her to take admissions in the nursing program at the college? And the BSc Nursing was done in 2017, not 15.
2017, completely fine. See, we have a post-degree diploma nursing practices in Canada program. That is a 2 years program, and the applicant will be eligible for a 3 years post-graduation work permit. So we have certain admission requirements for that particular program. So we require an applicant to have aggregate 50% in bachelor's of nursing, and if there are backlogs, then a maximum of 10 backlogs are acceptable. An applicant should have nursing registration certificate, and the IELTS requirement will be minimum 6.5 bands overall, with no bands less than 6 in each module. So ideally, if all these admission requirements are complete, the applicant is eligible to apply. So if she has completed her education in 2017, I assume that she must be working somewhere as a staff nurse. So it'll be better if she can share the work experience letter with us. And the program is available for Jan 21 intake for the applicant.
Okay. So yeah. Jan 21 is open, you said, right?
For post-degree diploma nursing practices in Canada, Jan 21 is still there.
Oh, that's great. So there's another question, Karanji. This is, I believe, from one of our staff member actually. Karanji, could you specify the requirement of Duolingo for UG and PG program?
So the Duolingo is accepted at 110. But it is not there for all the programs. For 90% of our programs, we are accepting Duolingo at 110. But for 10%, we would only require IELTS. So I can always share a updated sheet with the pyramid team. I hope they might be having that, but I can share it again. No issues. Right?
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Exactly.
So 110 is the same for UG and PG both. Is it so?
Yes. For both of them, it's 110.
Alright, perfect. Thank you so much, sir. So, just a request to the students, please be patient. I can see there are a lot of questions. So, I am going to them one by one. So, I would request you to be there and we'll make sure that all your questions are answered. Alright, currently next question is from a student named Sahat Preet. So, the student is saying, sir, I applied for winter intake for Associate of Science degree, but I didn't receive the offer letter. The student is having a query about the timeline of the offer. So, she said that it's been more than 3 weeks since she has applied and she would like to know about the timeline.
See, at this point, due to COVID, we only have a timeline of around 2 to 3 weeks. So if it has already been more than 3 weeks, so it might be that some of the documents might be missing from her application, or the documents might not have been properly scanned. So if the applicant is, a recruited applicant from your particular team, you can always follow up with me. But ideally, it only takes 2 to 3 weeks at this point.
Okay, so Chahatpreet got the answer. So be a little patient. Hopefully, you'll be getting the offer soon. If in case still there is a query, you can always speak to our branch counselors and branch heads from where you have applied, and they'll be able to give you an update on that. Okay, great. Chahat, thank you so much for your reply. So she's happy with the answer currently. She will be connected with the team at Pyramid for further updates. Currently, there is a next question from a student named Hitesh. So the student is asking about the additional fee charges such as dental, health plan, building fund, and the student is asking he's attending online classes. Then why is the college charging you this money?
Surely, I'll explain that. So the dental charges and the health services that are being provided. So there are 2 types of insurance that we are providing. One is the dental one, and one is the other full body parts one. So see, even if you are in India, that particular insurance is still taking cover of you, because nobody is quite sure when you are going to arrive in Canada. So as soon as you arrive, it is covering you in India as well. It is covering you in Canada as well. Secondly, regarding the capital building fund and the other support function charges, see, even if you are studying online, we are still providing the complete support to you. So the support would mean that, we have to appoint some particular staff there who is supporting you from the back end, because the complete set of online classes will be from Langara's particular portal. So we have Brightspace as our own portal. So we have some of the expenses to be borne by them. Regarding UPass VC, so UPass VC has been deducted. So that is ideally, for your traveling purpose. But for that, we are having a discussion with the government of British Columbia, because those are government charges. So ideally, that might be refunded to you if at all decision is in your particular favor. But we will keep you updated for that. But for the other charges, I understand that you are studying online, but still we have a number of staff who has been supporting you, whether you are studying online or whether you are on campus. So due to which those charges have been deducted. But insurance covers you in India as well.
Tesh, I hope you have got your answer. And again, if in case you still have any query, you can get back on chat and we'll be happy to help you out. So currently there is a next question that how much gap is acceptable for UG programs and PG programs? Would you like to shed some light on that?
See, there is no particular cap that we have on the amount of gap that we are going to accept. So we are only taking admission requirements as our particular base. So if the admission requirements are being met, even if you have more than 5 years of gap, we'll be happy to help you there. So no particular issues with more than 5 years gap as well.
Would it be there for UG as well?
For UG as well.
That's great. I think that's something which students and the staff would be happy to hear. There's a question from Amardeep Kaur. She had asked about this issue. So she's asking, could you please let me know what is SIMNet software?
So SIMNet is an additional software that is required for our specific course, that is Business Computer Applications 1. So that is the first semester course. It is an optional course that can be taken by any applicant, any UG applicant. So SIMNet, as per the initial confirmation that I have received from applicants as well as the Langara India staff, that SIMNet, the applicants are facing some issues with assessing that particular software. So that particular software is available at Langara bookstore as well. I myself, I am having a discussion with the program coordinator for business computer applications, and that particular meeting is also scheduled by this Friday. So on Monday we can put out whether we are changing that particular software or is there a way out to access that particular software in India. So the information is yet pending from the department on that, but it is an additional support software that will be required by an applicant in order to study for business computer applications 1. Because that particular program being moved online, we require specific softwares to be downloaded by the applicant to completely understand that particular part. So that is why the SIMNet is required. So, all of you can either check your emails on Monday, or you can always move to our website as well, that is www.langara.ca, to understand that what particular decision has been taken on SIMNet. Yeah.
So currently there is a student who wants to be anonymous. The question is the admission first come first served basis for PG diploma programs, or the Duolingo scores and bachelor's marks matter as well as choosing who gets priority above the eligibility?
See, we have around 8 post-degree diploma programs. So, except post-degree diploma data analytics, for all the other programs, the process will be first come, first served basis. But only for post-degree diploma programs, we offer that particular program based on merit, and the merit is calculated based on the overall GPA. First point is the overall GPA. Second point would be the applicant's individual mathematics scores in the bachelor's degree, and third point, if their IELTS score, and the fourth point will be if they have any additional work experience into this particular field, into the field of data analytics. So there is only merit system for data analytics. Rest for all the other programs, it is first come first served basis.
Currently, there is a question from one of our counselors, in Patiala. Her name is Harpreet Kaur. So she's saying that one of her student has done B Pharmacy, but she's interested for a program at Langara that's in PG program, obviously, that's in marketing. So would she be eligible? The percentage is 60 and the IELTS band score overall is 7.
See, I specified this thing in my presentation as well, that for post-degree diploma business administration and post-degree diploma marketing management, both of these are general programs and anybody from any stream can apply. So if an applicant has completed B Pharma, so if the admission requirements are met, surely she can apply. We are recruiting applicants for May 21 intake for this program. So as Jan 21 is already full, so the application can be applied for May.
So I hope, Harpreet, you have got your answer. The student can go ahead with it and apply for the program. So there's the next question from a student named Neha Goyal. I have completed BSc in 2004 and MBA in 2017, and I was working between this time. My Duolingo score is 120. Can I apply for PG Diploma in Business Management?
Surely. If the admission requirements are met, the applicant can apply even if she has completed a master's. So there wouldn't be any issue. But the assessment will only be based on her bachelor's degree. So she should have minimum 60% in minimum 50% in bachelor's degree. So if that admission requirement is met, surely we can accept that applicant.
Sir, how would the gap justification be validated after her BSc and the time between MBA?
No, see, ideally, so how much is the gap that she is having between BSc and Masters?
So she completed her BSc in 2004 and MBA in 2017, which means she started in 2015. So there's a gap of good 10-11 years.
10-11 years. See, she needs to, from Langara's side, we do not require a particular justification for that, but if she can put up her work experience letters with the application, that will be quite helpful for us to understand this particular application. With the Canadian High Commission, she can follow the similar process, putting up her work experience letters, and she needs to specifically state in her statement of purpose that why she is selecting, opting for study in Canada after such a huge gap. So she just needs to check up with that. She particularly needs to state that particular thing in her statement of purpose. But from Langara's side, if she can submit her work experience letters, that'll be a great help for us.
So, there's the next question from a student what if a student does not want to go for online classes, but I would, add a little more to it. Would you like to, tell students the benefits of online classes? I think that would be a way how we should go ahead with it.
First of all, I for all the applicants who do not want to study online, so I would just have one recommendation for them, because see, if you miss this particular batch, so then there will be an additional gap of 4 months. And for the next sessions as well, we are not quite sure what particular Canadian High Commission is going to say on that. So even if that particular session is online, so then you got missed by 4 months. And studying online, it is not a very big task, because this particular thing is being added on in the Indian curriculum system as well. So generally the first semester for all the courses, it is very basic. You guys have already studied those things in grade 11th and 12th, and it is just a freshen up semester for you guys, so that you can understand the Canadian education system. You get accustomed to on how to make those assignments and all. So it is just a very basic first semester courses which are being taught to you, right? So if you study online, so you wouldn't be able to face any, you wouldn't be facing any difficulties with your work permit part as well at the end of the time, right? So it is always better for you to study online. So even if you do not want to study online, there might be specific reasons for that, right? So if internet is an issue, that you are facing internet difficulty with your internet bandwidth, you can always get in touch with us, so we can help you accordingly for that. So that can be dealt, but if you are taking it that you wouldn't be able to understand the courses during the online studies, that wouldn't be the case, because it is very basic. The first semester is very basic. Only your grade 11th and 12th, those courses are you are studying again in the first semester. Yeah, so there wouldn't be any issue. See, if you still do not want to pursue your online studies, we always have an option for you, so that you can defer your application to the next intake and you can start your studies then.
Currently, it again gives a more idea, like I said, that why we should do it. So even I have a great agreement with you on this, that we should offer online classes, because number one, most prominently, save the 4 months of a student, which will become a gap if they go for the next intake or probably the next one.
Exactly.
Right. Going ahead, so there is a student who asked a very unique question, that her name is Nimrit Kaur, and she wants to know about how can she connect with Lingara alumni? Is there any group, any social media platform, or any Lingara platform through which she can connect?
So ideally, we have different alumni for all our programs. So one thing, she needs to do, she needs to get in touch with our student services team. So they have the complete list of alumni. So they can either, refer those alumni contact details to the applicant, and the applicant can directly get in touch with them. Also, our particular alumni have their own Facebook pages as well, named on the basis of Lingara International, students. It has been segregated batch-wise. So for every particular year, there is a different Lingara group Facebook page that is there. So you can always request the admin to get in touch with all those alumni. Either contacting the student services team would be a great help for you guys. So you can do either of these.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Nimrat, I hope you got the answer to how you can connect with the alumni. So next question is from Sonam Sharma. She has completed her BSc Biotechnology but yet to receive her degree because of the current pandemic situation. So she just wants to ask if she can apply on conditional basis, though we have discussed about it, but this is the situation for her, and she's specifically looking for a postgraduate diploma program in nursing practice too.
See, for nursing practices in Canada, I already specified that we have Jan 21 intake for the session, and we are trying, we are having regular discussion with the Lingara management so that we can offer some relaxation to post-degree diploma applicants. I completely understand that, most of the applicants might not be having their bachelor's degree at this point, or most of the applicants might be waiting for their final exams results and all. But we are still discussing on this, and the applicant can follow up with the Pyramid E-Services team by next week. So, we will be offering some relaxations to these apps. So hopefully by next week, you will have an answer to this.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Karanji. Sir, moving ahead, there's a question from one of our counselors, which I believe would be a question from the students as well. So based on stage 1, stage 2 visa, let's say student clears stage 1, and though clearing stage 1 and being a student at Lingara makes the possibility very less, but still, if the student gets a negative result at stage 2, that's a refusal. So the student wants to know about the refund policy. How would Lingara be supporting the students in that case?
See, ideally, from our side, the support will be on a higher side, as it has been all these past years. So the final information or the final draft is almost ready on the refund policies that we are going to offer to those applicants, because our main focus is always to cater to those applicants who might be in this much difficult situation that even if the chances are less, if at all any applicant receives a visa rejection at the second stage. So our prior focus would be to cater to those applicants and support them as much as possible. So the final draft is almost ready, and for this one, I would also say by next week we'll have a final update on this, and then only I'll be able to communicate to the applicant. But be rest assured, we'll do our best to cater to you or all those specific applicants who receives a visa rejection at the second stage. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Karanji. We will wait for the update, and as you said, that we are pretty confident that it will be in support of the students only. Sir, just to add to the question of Nimrat Kaur, so she has just asked about the nursing program. Could you help her to know about the number of clinical hours provided by the college in this program?
See, for this particular program, post-degree diploma nursing practices in Canada, so around 1,000 hours of clinical time is there in the campus itself. So we have our own demo hospital that has been made into the campus, and the clinical hours will be dealt there itself. Yeah. So there are particular clinical hours included in this particular.
Right. Thank you so much. So there's a question from a student. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Gagneen. Sir, I'd like to apply for BSc Nursing program. My percentage for 12th is 86% in super medical, and my IELTS is 8. I'd like to apply for Jan 21 or May 21. So
ideally, an applicant, for our Bachelor's of Nursing program, we only recruit domestic applicants for that particular program because there are a number of restrictions on that from the government of Canada. Either if an applicant wants to complete their nursing in Canada, what they can do, they can either apply for an Associate of Science degree Health Sciences program. So they will study that sciences program for 2 years at Langara. Then they can appear for an LPN certification. So once they clear that LPN certification, they will be eligible to apply for a nursing program. So it's a bit a longer way, but it will always be beneficial at the end stage. Yeah. So either at this point after 12, they should look to apply for health sciences first.
Dear, I hope you have got the answer, and so please proceed accordingly. Only if you're interested for BSc Nursing, please look at the Associate of Arts Science program. That would further help you to go ahead with the opportunity that you seek for. Sir, there's the next question from Raman Sandhu. So the student already is having his file in the embassy. He has applied for September intake in the postgraduate diploma of business administration.
Right.
So the student not registered his courses yet because he has not got the stage 1 approval, and the deadline is 8th of August, right? So the student just wants to know, like, what should he do in this case if his visa, or I should say the stage 1 approval gets little late and he's unable to register the courses before 8. So would the college consider?
Ideally, post-degree diploma business administration, that is a limited enrollment program. So that means the number of applicants that we have, the similar number of seats that we offer for that particular program. So I understand that August 8th is the last date for an applicant to submit their study visa approval. However, I have been following up with the department, and possibly by 8th itself, all the applicants will be receiving an email that for a possible extension of the study permit approval that they need to submit. Either it can be the state 1 approval as well. So the applicant should wait till 8th of August for an update on this thing. So most probably we will be moving up with an extension on this thing. So you all guys will have a final decision on this by 8th of August. We will be emailing for it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Karanji. Raman, I hope you got a clarity. Please keep a check on your emails and also stay connected with the Pyramid team. We'll make sure that we give you an update on that. But there's a positive thing that there is a great possibility there will be an extension. So I'll move ahead to the next question. There's a student named Saloni Arora. So she wants to know about the programs offered in management or economics, specifically economics, and she wants to know the scope as well. Like if she pursues such program, what would be her scope in future?
So I assume the applicant might have completed her grade 12. So if she has completed her grade 12, we offer economics programs under our diploma category. So, if it is not ideally a full-fledged program, but under the diploma in business management, we have 4 subjects related to economics, and she can always opt for that. Same ways under the Bachelor's of Business Administration as well. We have around 8 particular courses which are related to economics. So she can always apply for those programs. It is ideally not a full-fledged program, because economics is vastly covered up in our business administration and business management diplomas itself. So if she is looking to opt for that, better opportunities will be available once she completes her diploma or a bachelor's degree. After completing her diploma, she will be eligible for entry-level jobs into the research category sector, into economics. But if she is looking to become a professor or a teacher into this category, so then I would recommend her to complete her bachelor's degree first, and then she will be eligible to apply for that.
So there are two students. Students, if you can hear me. बच्चे अगर तुसी मेरी आवाज सुन सकते हैं, नवजोत सिद्धू and Gurmanjot Singh. Guys, I have read your question. Currently they have very specific questions to talk about, and I think we need to have a one-on-one call with them.
Okay.
So Navjot Sidhu and Gurmanjot Singh, dear, can you please send your phone numbers in the WhatsApp chat? I will make sure that I call you after the session, and I will have Karanji also in the line. Okay. So Karanji, there is again a question from an anonymous student. His question is, would student who defers their intake to the next intake in a PT diploma program due to any reason get priority over new applicant, or the new applicant would also get preference? So how would it be currently?
See, at this point, we are very clear with this particular fact because all the May 2020 applicants, they had either deferred to September 2020 or Jan 21. And also a number of applicants from September 2020 because they didn't receive their visas on time. And so due to this particular fact, they deferred their application to Jan 21 itself. So Jan 21 is already at overcapacity, right? So there are, obviously there are new applications, but much of them are the reactivations that were there from May 2020 or September 2020. So we, catered to all those applications on first come first serve basis because, we also have a limitation on how many seats we can increase. So ideally, we are already at overcapacity for Jan 21 intake, and the reactivations will be considered on first come first served basis itself. Because ideally, it is not possible for us to consider everyone on priority because we also have a seat capacity there. So it is first come first served basis that we are considering the reactivation.
Right. Sir, this student Nimrit Kaur seems pretty interested for the nursing program. Yeah. So there's another question from her, that is, does Langara College also help the nursing students with NNAS process and registration with the regulatory body?
That is already there in the program. So the applicant can deeply study the FAQs that are there on the postdegree diploma nursing practices in Canada page. She can move to www.langara.ca and select the program and courses option. There she will find nursing practices in Canada. So the FAQ specifies about NNAS process as well and how the program coordinator helps the applicant to complete the registration for NNAS. So that is already there on our page. Yeah, so we will be helping the applicant.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. Nimrit, I hope you got the answer. You can go to the Canada page and check the FAQs at Langara College website. So you'll be able to get the answer for that. And sir, there's one student with the name of Deep Kamal. He has done 12th with 82% in medical spring 2018 and 7 bands had applied for September 2020. Got a deferral for January. Okay. So could you just help the student out with a little bit of understanding on this?
See, for all our programs, we have specific seat capacity, and as the applications are considered on first come first served basis, it might happen sometime that by the time the assessment on your particular application completes, we might have already been reached the maximum capacity of seats. So you do not need to worry about this. If your application has already been deferred to Jan 21 intake. So at this point, the particular timeline that we have is only 2 to 3 weeks. So you can follow up with your Pyramid E-Services counselor and they can write a status update email to me so that I can personally look up into your particular case and we will make sure that you receive an offer of admission from our side for Jan 21 intake.
Okay, this is one of the last questions, sir. Hello, sir. My name is Sukleen and got visa for May 2020 through Pyramid E-Services. Now I defer my classes to online September 2020. Sir, I want to know about that. How much chances are there to fly to Canada and when? Okay. So currently this is a state prospect.
So ideally, this particular applicant should get in touch with their student services coordinator. And just let them know about the courses that you have registered for, because as per the Canadian High Commission, there are 2 to 3 restrictions that they have placed on an applicant traveling to Canada. So if you are under any relaxation, we will be offering you a travel letter. Then you will be able to fly to Canada. But it completely depends on the courses that you have registered for. So just get in touch with your student coordinator, the international student coordinator. You must be receiving emails from their side. So just let them know that you are willing to travel to Canada and just let them know which all courses you have registered for. And if there would be any relaxations, we will be issuing travel letter to you in that case.
So Sonam Sharma wants to speak to you through mic. Absolutely.
Okay, sure.
unmute and you can speak to Karanji. There's no problem in that.
Hi, sir.
Hi, Sonu.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Sir, actually, I have completed BSc Biotechnology, but the last semester is pending due to the current situation. So, I haven't received my degree yet. And in addition to that, I have completed my IELTS as well with 6.5 and no less than 6 in each modules. So, the basic question which I am having is that I am looking for PG diplomas in Langara.
Right.
But the problem arising is that I don't find any program as such related to biotechnology.
See, biotechnology, so for biotechnology applicants, we have a post-degree diploma into health safety and environmental compliance. That program is available for September 21 intake, and the applications for that will ideally open from 1st of October 2020. So we have a number of applicants from BSc Biotechnology who have successfully enrolled into that particular program, and they are at very good jobs at this point. So you can ideally look for that particular program. However, other options that I can offer you will be into business category. Either will be post-degree diploma, business administration or marketing management. But if you're specifically looking into your particular course, then post-degree diploma, health safety and environmental compliance is the one that you should look for.
And sir, is there any way to get into nursing diplomas?
Before, if you have completed biotechnology, unfortunately, that would require the applicant to either complete a BSc nursing or a GNM program prior to that. So that wouldn't be possible, but you can always take up our healthcare program that I specified.
Okay, sir. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Right, sir. I have one question from Krishna Khurana. Krishna Khurana said, "I'm late for webinar. I have done my BTech in mechanical engineering and PG diploma after mechanical engineering. Please duration and scholarship." Krishna, I hope that you are looking for a program after mechanical engineering. So we have a number of applicants who had applied for post-degree diploma, supply chain and logistics. It completely covers the logistics and operations part for all the businesses. So you can look up to that particular program. If that particular program is not suitable for you, then you can either apply for data analytics as well. That is also a very popular program with the mechanical field. Also, business and marketing would also be an option. So if I give you the duration, so all of these programs are for 2 years. And ideally, the fees will be varying from 24,000 to 29,000. So it is different for all these programs, but the ideal range will be 24 to 29,000. That is the total tuition cost for these programs for the both 2 years. Okay. I have another question from Amardeep Kaur. Sir, we are facing a lot of problems due to low internet speed. As for this webinar, first I'm okay. So there is internet connectivity, which I understood. So Amardeep, I completely understand your scenario, and I have, on daily basis, I receive around 50-60 calls stating that there is a low internet issue. So we are in discussion with the Langara management on how to deal with applicants who have bandwidth issue. So the final decision is expected by Monday on this. So possibly we'll try our best to accommodate all you students in that. But we also need to respect, the decisions taken by Canadian High Commission on this, because your health will be utmost priority for us. Right? So we will be coming up with a number of decisions by Monday. So just keep a check on your emails and the Langara website for this. I have one question from Laksh. Laksh wants to know about Canada's PR. So ideally, Amanji can take over this, because this is only first time.
I had also got this question from the student. So Laksh, you can drop in your number. So just for your knowledge, this is a study visa related webinar. Here we are talking about Langara College. So we would not be able to give you the information on the PR aspect. But you can send in your number. We can surely talk about it in hopefully we'll be able to help you out in any way. So currently I have got a couple of more questions as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a student with the name of Dheeraj Verma. The student is saying, I want to know, I had completed my master's in tourism from Amity University in 2008, and now I am interested for a master's or a postgraduate program. I would like to know my eligibility. So before putting it across to you currently, Dheeraj, would you like to specify if you have done IELTS or not? Have you done IELTS?
Yeah, I done my IELTS, but the score is very low, so I'm preparing for next exam again.
Okay, Dheeraj, I just wanted to know in which particular stream you completed your bachelor's degree, because the assessment is completely based on the bachelor's degree.
Yeah, I've done my bachelor's in BCom with travel and tourism. Yeah.
Okay, BCom in travel and tourism. Completely fine. See, we can offer you post-degree diplomas under business administration. Business administration is a general field where you will be understanding about economics, marketing, HR, project management as well. So that option you can look up for. Second program that I can offer you is a post-degree diploma into marketing management. That will deal into B2B marketing, B2C marketing, digital marketing, hospitality as well. So if you are only keenly interested towards hospitality, you can always take up post-degree diploma in marketing management. And this particular program has a 4 months internship as well at the end of the semester. So you can always look up for that internship into hospitality sector, and straight away you can begin your career into managerial level jobs at that particular category. So you can either look into business or marketing.
Do you have any supply chain management program?
We do have a supply chain management program as well. So post-degree diploma supply chain and logistics, that is also a 2 years program that we have. The first year will have subjects related to operations, logistics, procurement, raw material part. And the second year would have some of the subjects related to business category as well. So that program is also available, and we require an IELTS score of minimum 6.5 bands overall, with no bands less than 6 in each module.
Okay.
So once you complete this particular criteria, you can put up an application.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Dheeraj. I have got your phone number as well. We'll make sure that we contact you and help you out further with your application process. Perfect. Currently, I have another student whose name is Mohammed Bilal, and he has done masters in mass communication and is looking for a possible program that is for 1 year related to his previous education. So can we help him out with anything currently?
We have a post-degree certificate into journalism. So that is the program that the applicant can ideally look for. It is a 1 year certificate program that we have, and possibly the next intake for the program will be in September 21, because this particular September is already full. So ideally that particular program is only for applicants who have completed a bachelor's degree into mass communication. The IELTS requirement for that particular course would be at 7 overall with 6.5 bands in each module. And if the applicant is looking for Duolingo, then the Duolingo score is at 120 for this. So Mohammed, you can look up for this certificate into journalism. So this is the 1 year program that will be ideally suitable for you.
Sir, when will I apply for this program?
So you can apply from 1st of October 2020.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that would be it currently. I think most of the students have already asked their questions, and as always, it was a pleasure to speak to you. Just before we wrap it, I'll just give a last call to the staff members if they have any questions for themselves or any student that they are currently talking to. So all the Pyramid staff members, guys, the platform is open for you. आप में से कोई भी अगर कोई question पूछना चाहता है, you can ask it. Anybody from Pyramid office, if any question with you, you can ask it, or we can call it a day then.
Sir, you tell that 1 year journalism diploma in Canada. Tell me the name of university, or tell me when will I apply, and tell me also the total fees, and also share your phone number.
See, Mohammed, so this webinar is for Langara College. So we are situated in Vancouver, British Columbia. The name of the core program is Certificate in Journalism. That is available for September 21 intake, and the applications will commence from 1st of October 2020. The total tuition cost for the program is 22,000 Canadian dollars. Okay. Either if you want to get in touch, just get in touch with the Pyramid e-services team. So they will be helping you.
Mohammed, like I just shared, you can send in your phone number in the chat box privately to me. We'll make sure that we contact you and help you out with your questions.
Okay, sir. I will send.
Hi, Karan. Good evening. Sunil here.
Hi, Sunil ji. How are you?
Good. You tell. How's everything?
Good, yeah. It's going great. Yeah.
So, one question from my side. So, if a student completes his associate degree in arts or in computers and would want to transfer his or her credit to UGC or SFU,
Yeah.
so what is the minimum percentage criteria for
Ideally, so if an applicant has completed an associate degree from Langara and they're looking to get admission into UBC or SFU, so the admission requirements for UBC and SFU will be applicable in the third year. Because for our first 2 years, we have the requirement of minimum 50% in grade 12 in all the subjects, and the IELTS requirement is at 6.5 overall. But if an applicant wants to transfer their particular program into the third year into the university, so ideally it is UBC's and SFU's criteria. For UBC, for majority of the courses, an applicant needs to have 2.33 GPA out of 4.33. So ideally, this is the admission criteria. So if an applicant is looking to change or transfer his or her particular program, so then they should check up with the UBC and the SFU staff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunil sir. Thank you so much. Currently, there is a student whose name is not visible, but he has sent a couple of messages about the internet issue.
Okay.
I felt that I should reply back to him because the student was a little upset about the internet issue. See, dear, we understand that internet is a problem these days. We also face a difficulty with that. It's always better to this is a suggestion I can give to all the students. It's always better to get into the settings of your internet and get into a saving data mode. What happens is all the applications that you guys use, when it is Facebook, YouTube, or any other online application that you use, even if it is not open, in the back there is a specific amount of data which is being used. So if you do that, if you get to the settings and avoid that aspect, probably you will save a lot of data. I have personally gone through that and I was able to save a lot of data. So if you try to do that, maybe it is going to be a good help for you. Currently, I think that would be it from our end. And hopefully we'll catch up soon and we'll make sure that all the students who interacted get to the final stage of studying at Langara College.
Surely. Thank you so much, Amanji. I wanted to thank your particular team because you guys have been making efforts to support all the applicants. And I just want to let all the applicants who have joined in this particular session, we have the Pyramid E-Services team here. The staff is very experienced. You can bet on that. They have complete information about all the admission requirements and all the programs that we have. So if you're looking to apply, just get in touch with the nearest Pyramid E-Services team because they have their offices pan-India. Thank you so much, Aman.
Sir, I have a question.
Surely.
Yeah.
Sir, tell me where is your head office located, and also tell me, did you deal with Pakistani students?
Yeah, Mohammed, we have our head office in India. We have our office in Punjab, head office in Punjab, but we are present across different regions of the country. And definitely we'll talk to you on call. I have already got your number. We'll talk to you on call and definitely give you some beneficial information. So there's no problem in that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for joining. We didn't knew that we have an international student as well in the session. It is a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mohammed. And thank you so much again, Karanji. It was a pleasure to speak to you as always. And thanks to all the students who have been part of the session so far.
Thank you so much.
Pyramid, Visa for a better life.